drop 'em. One hook and I'll rock 'em. One more and I'll stop 'em. Call the fighter, I'll lock 'em. Up 'em. If he reach, then I'll pop 'em. Street sweeper, I'll wash 'em. Homicide, come and chalk 'em. Drop 'em. One hook and I'll rock 'em. One more and I'll stop 'em. Call the fighter, I'll lock 'em. Up 'em.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are comments made by Roy Jones, and we're asking, did AJ hire Roy Jones to be his new trainer? So let's take a listen. This video is from Seconds Out, so I'm going to play a little bit and then just listen to it because, as you know, Seconds Out will claim your video in a heartbeat. So let's take a look.
Thoughts on Anthony Joshua? He's someone who said he's a free spirit now, and he said he's looking to mix it up with a number of coaches. If you had time one-on-one with Anthony Joshua, what facets of his game would you look to improve if you had that time with him?
Well, spoke to him at the fight last weekend. In my opinion, he still has everything necessary to become champion. I'll get him in the gym and look at him, assess his game, and I think he'll be back to the top within 6 to 8 months. I got a good long-term plan for him, and if we agree on a plan, which I haven't told him yet, but I do have a plan for him because I feel like knowing boxing, I kind of know how to go for a guy most of the time, and I kind of know what's the best route for him to take because I've been watching his whole career. So I definitely have a good plan in mind for him. When he comes to see me in Brighton, when I go train Chris, we'll speak about it. I'll assist the gym, I'll work, then I'll tell him what my plan is. If he likes the plan, we'll get on the plan. If you don't like the plan, then he'll go find somebody that suits him.
How about mindset-wise? We saw him take the mic after the loss to Usyk, and people have made a lot of that. How do you correct the mindset of the fight if it does need correcting?
Well, his mindset really don't need correcting, but it's a lot of ways to kind of nurture that mindset. And that's what my point is. The whole plan I got is really built on mindset. So it's like, I'm glad, and I told him the other night, I'm glad you're not fighting again right away because I would like to see you change a few things, reset your mind first, then go back at him. Because if you go back out with the same game you had, you yourself, everybody else knows what changed. It's like when you fought Usyk, what changed? Nothing. So it's like, we got to change things to expect a different outcome. So if I can get him for 4 or 5 months, change a few things, then it's possible we can make some different outcomes. That's my plan.
Can I get a couple of...
He just threw shade at Robert Garcia.
So you heard what Roy Jones had to say. I'm gonna turn it over to TBE. What's your reaction to that? And if Roy Jones is, what's your reaction to Roy had to say? And do you think Roy Jones is a good trainer for Anthony Joshua? Go ahead.
All right. What Roy had to say was contradicting himself. Like it's crazy. Like it was like we're here to nurture AJ's mindset. We're not trying to change it. But then we said we gotta reset his mindset, and then we gotta change his mindset, and we gotta change. I just heard a whole lot of change coming from Roy Jones' mouth. But I feel Roy Jones can help AJ in the fact that we always talk about AJ need to bring the dog out of him. Bring the killer back. Bring that. You know how AJ be sticking out his tongue when he's ready for the kill. Like, bring that back out of AJ. AJ done the training to where he's, like we said, he may have stamina issues. He may have this, may have that. And I think AJ is at that point in his career where he doesn't have stamina issues no more. He can go 12 rounds. Even though the last Usyk fight, Usyk and AJ look winded. They both was just hugging, holding, everything. And it's like, nah, yo, stay on your toes when you about to take this man's head off, yo. Like, yo, you just lock it in. Like, take a deep breath and then focus. But, you know, I never went 12 rounds, so I can't just say how easy it is. But Roy Jones in AJ's corner it's a good look to some, but it's a good look for me. I feel like AJ, you take this training. You know, you gotta be in the trenches, yo. You gotta go to the trenches. Eat some pork and beans for once, yo. Like, yo, you just gotta eat out the can one time. Like, yeah, yo, this is nasty, but I don't want everyone to live like this again. Like let it motivate you. What's up, Kaden?
I'm just asking, do you think going 12 rounds is harder than the punch off?
Nah.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, TV.
Hey, hashtag G versus TBE3. You know, we could get it popping, yo. Like, G, I want your belts. Let's get it popping. Like, I'm out here. I'll scream it every day. You could ignore it. You sign the contract.
You gotta face your eliminator.
My party's got a contract ready for you, G. And like, if you want
TBE was injured. G, you just want to sit here and ignore the fact that
TBE
was injured.
Nah,
if you want
it, it was his pride. You know what I'm saying?
If you want it, you can get it. Like, that's it, yo. Like, I don't want it no more. Relinquish the belt, G. Relinquish the belt.
I will. Just for you.
You see that belt on Kaden's side? I'm coming for that. But yo, if you want it, you can get it. Like, where you better at, yo? Because I know it's right behind you. Go grab
it is right behind me, but you don't deserve to see it. How about that?
Yo, man, sanctioning fees, yo, sanctioning bodies. Come on, yo, Trail, you feel the commission. You gonna allow this? You gonna have him? Let him. Had the belt for over a year. Punch off 3 comes soon, yo. Like me versus whoever. I take the world on. But nah.
You got to earn mandatory status.
Yeah, you got to be complex, bro.
He got to be stretched.
I forgot.
It was Stretch,
I want you.
He can take him.
Stretch, I want you. I want you, Stretch. Let's go.
Like, this is easy work. He's like, this is easy work. You know,
it's not easy work.
Yo, remember when TVE? Yo, G, remember when TVE was in the gym working out and Stretch was just looking at him like.
Nah. When TBE was on the jump rope in that video on IG, Stretch violated you, bro.
No, we're not gonna get the clowning right now. We're not gonna get the clown. That's not what we're gonna do right here. We're not gonna get the clowning. The Stretch. If you feel it's a froggy, yo, I'm ready to leap too, bro. Let's go.
Yo, let us know if y'all want to see it.
I'm setting that up. We gotta set that up. Let us know in the comment section if y'all want to see, the mandatory fight, between Stretch and the TBE, the punch off going down. You know what I mean? The number one. The title eliminator. You know what I'm saying?
But AJ, I think AJ needs to be around boxing minds. Like, there's people who can box, but there's people who got the skills, but they're not around the minds to to cultivate that perfect performance we need from AJ. And I feel like Roy Jones can contribute to him becoming Killer AJ. Hashtag Killer AJ. We need that. Today's the theme of the day is hashtag this and hashtag Killer AJ, because AJ coming back. After he be in the trenches with Roy Jones, he's gonna be a killer again. Yo, he don't need to be overseas, bro. You need to be right here in the US. And what his last name? Why am I losing his name? It don't matter. He's not in the picture no more.
Garcia.
Yeah. Is he out the picture, or are they working together too?
Sounds like he's out the picture. I mean,
all right, Robert Garcia's out the picture. Roy Jones, bring the dog out of AJ. That's all I ask. Bring the dog out of him. Like, let him know, you a killer. You got the skills. You could do it all.
What are you talking about? The dude just said we're gonna nurture his mindset.
Nurture meaning, and then he said reset. And
you call it nurturing, and I call it neutering.
He said we're gonna nurture. Then he said we got to reset, and then we got to change. Like, so that just sounds like a whole bunch of malarkey to me, man. Malarkey is a bunch of dog crap, man. And I'm trying to keep it clean as possible. But my boy AJ, get it together, dog. Like, yo, we need the dog get back. Yo, we need the dog. Come out the doghouse, yo. If it's ring rock, whenever he come out the ring, they need to put a doghouse in front of it, and he got to walk out of it. Yo, like, yo, I'm a dog now, yo. Like, I'm ready to kill somebody. Not kill, but I'm killing now, yo. Yeah, jumpsuit. He need a jumpsuit, whatever. He needs to let people know he's He's that guy. He's that man again. He's in that mindset. It's full destruction, yo. Like he's gonna unleash on people, yo. But AJ, you got this, yo. I feel Roy Jones it's good to have him in your corner, and he's gonna treat you right, yo. He's gonna get you ready.
All right, Conspiracy.
Yeah, with all due respect to my partner in crime over here, my son. Now, I'm sorry. Like, I don't see what you see at all. This boxing mind, where was Roy Jones' boxing mind when he was a heavyweight? You know what I'm saying? Like, Roy Jones was one of the greatest, but he was the greatest because of his physical athleticism. When that athleticism started to go down, where was that high boxing IQ, bruh? Like,
any excuses tonight, Roy?
Come on,
hold on. Gee,
Alva mopped him. You know what I'm saying?
Who's Roy Jones' last fight?
Tava mopped him.
Last fight, I don't know.
Johnson mopped him.
His last fight was somewhere in Russia where he probably got.
No, it's Mike Tyson. He fought Mike Tyson.
Oh,
he came out of retirement.
Was it his last fight? Okay. All right, you're gonna make.
It was an exhibition. There was no winners. There was no winners. Yeah, Mike was doing them bad.
Anyway,
I'm not gonna bad. Mike was doing them bad. Mike,
to you.
No. Let me get this off. Mike was doing them bad, but Mike was off at like the science lab. You know, like he like Mike Tyson even said himself. He was like, "Yo, they doing things to me like I never been done to me in my life. Like it was blood work, blood dope. I'm not gonna admit to anything that I can't defend in court. But Mike was on some stuff. But I feel from that, Roy Jones learned like he came out of retirement and get beat up. But I feel Roy Jones got that dog in him. Was like, yo, take it to the fight. You got the skills and abilities. He's not gonna change up how AJ fights. He's gonna change up how AJ thinks when he fights. And it's gonna be like, yo, you got him. Take it to him. Boom, boom, boom. And AJ's going to hit him with a combination. Boom, boom, boom. That's what he needs. Like, take it. It's like, the hype man. It's like sometimes some fighters got the skills, but they don't got the hype man, like, in the ring with them. Like, yo, take it to him right now. Boom, boom, boom. You got him. Take it to him. And that's what AJ needed here in this corner. Like, yo, I just need something like a catalyst. Something to just
brilliant.
Huh?
Brilliant. Who was that? That was a hype man, bro.
Bad hype man, because AJ didn't like. You gotta realize, it's like you see him, like hit him, boom, 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 like AJ, get him now, boom, like it's like.
Oh,
AJ's like a lion in the zoo.
Got you. Yeah, it's that easy.
AJ's like a lion in the zoo. Like he's deadly outside his holdings, but in the jungle, he's not gonna last. And a lot of these fighters.
Long as you know. But thank you, Ned, for your little soliloquy. But all right, this is what I think. Now I gotta put my conspiracy hat back on. Honestly, what I'm thinking is AJ's the only reason why he's hiring Roy Jones right now is because if AJ loses his next match, he could just blame Roy Jones. And most people gonna blame Roy Jones for that loss anyways. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it real. At least with Robert Garcia, there was a form of respect because Robert Garcia did train, Mikey Garcia, who was a great at 130. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, hey, at 135 as well. You know what I mean? Like Mikey was good, but Mikey's obviously not a heavyweight. Roy Jones did have a career at the end as a heavyweight, but his heavyweight career wasn't that good, right? Now, Roy Jones also, is American. And he already trains in the UK with Chris Eubank Jr. and stuff. So maybe AJ could benefit from a different style of training, right? That he may not find at the UK. However, I still don't think Roy Jones is the best option for a guy like AJ. My colleagues right now, they're probably going to hate on me with this pick. But I'm telling you, I think the best person for Anthony Joshua would be Jean Jacket Goosen. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because Jean Jacket Goosen, for one, I think he's real close with Lennox Lewis. I honestly think he can convince Lennox to mentor AJ. That's one. And then two, what he did for Chris Arreola. I know y'all be like, come on, G. Chris Arreola lost. that Chris Arreola versus Andy Ruiz, I was so impressed by. And I had him winning that fight, you know. And if he could turn around a fighter like Chris Arreola, just imagine what he could do with a guy like Anthony Joshua, you know. So I kind of feel like Goosen has the resources, has the access, you know, to get his mind right and get him around people that are like wolves, that are hungry for this. You know what I mean? Like AJ needs to be amongst the wolves and the hyenas. He don't need to be around, you know, like yes men anymore. You know, and not saying Roy Jones is a yes man, you know what I mean? But I'm not really impressed by Eubank Jr.'s career either. You know, so what makes Roy Jones so spectacular to actually train AJ? I just don't see it, you know. And then the second pick for me would have been what's Charlo's trainer? The one that he worked with AJ, and I thought they were gonna go and you know he was gonna pick him, but
Ronnie Shields.
What's his name again?
Ronnie Shields.
Yeah, Ronnie Shields. I honestly think Shields was probably like, yo, this boy is damaged goods. I don't want this in my life. You know what I'm saying?
I thought Shields said he didn't want to train AJ.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was like, he's damaged goods. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm speculating. I'm assuming he's like, yo, this dude's damaged goods. I'm Gucci, you know? But like those would be my two top picks for AJ. You know, it's because of how they view boxing. I think AJ needs to understand it from a different point of view. You know, he needs to push himself in training. You know what I mean? And these guys provide that for a lot of these fighters. Roy Jones, man, I don't know. Other than his legacy is great, you know, but that was athletic Roy. I don't think you could train another athlete to be athletic like you were. That was like God-given. But you can train a person to look at boxing from a more technical standpoint, right? And I don't know if Roy Jones has that experience. So it doesn't make sense for me to see AJ with Roy Jones unless what Eddie and AJ are doing is, yo, you might lose your next fight. So we're going to give you, you know, this coach, and then you could just blame it on him, you know? And another thing, I don't think Roy meant to disrespect Robert Garcia, but he did. Because he pretty much said AJ's mentality never changed. You know what I'm saying? And I remember we argued on this show, and I was like, I don't think Robert could change AJ's mentality. And he doesn't have heavyweight experience, right? So, but Roy, I hope that doesn't bite you in the foot, because I don't think you could change his mentality either, especially you talking about nurturing this grown-ass man. So I don't know, man. Like, I need to see the eye of the tiger, and it sounds like you gonna just caress this cub, and it's not gonna work. So yeah, I'm not for Roy Jones. Sorry, Ned. You on your island by yourself. Or I could be wrong. Maybe these other two guys may agree with Ned.
Dollar Bill.
I agree with G in some parts. All right, here it is. This ain't it, bruv. That's basically how I feel. This ain't it, bruv. I agree with G when he was saying about Roy Jones. Like, all right, if you want to use Roy, if Roy wants to come into your camp, all right, let's start with Robert Garcia. I like Robert Garcia. You know, me and Robert Garcia is cool. Shout out to Oxnard, California, and all the guys out there. I think that Robert Garcia is one hell of a trainer and was one hell of a fighter as well. My problem with the whole thing was I thought that Robert didn't have enough time with AJ. I felt like I wish AJ would have still stuck with Robbie even after this loss with Usyk. Don't keep just jumping ship. Just stick with it. Give it some time. Go down there and train with the guys. You know, be around that atmosphere. Be away from all the distractions that you got going on at home. Be down here with some of these young fighters, some of these warriors, some of these up-and-coming champions, some of these champions that he does have in the gym. You know, down in there, I felt like he needed to be around there and out of his element. If he had more time, I felt like Robert could have changed something in AJ if he had more time. You know, that's what I say. Like, give him more time. I don't think he had more time with him. I don't think one fight is enough time, But hey, I do agree with all the other trainers, though. I think all the other trainers would be good. But I don't want to take nothing away from AJ because he's trying. At least he's trying to do different things, trying to, reach out to different people because he wants to get better.
Roy Jones really trying though.
I mean, hey, listen, he's going from here to there to everywhere. He's trying to find somewhere that's going to make him better. He's
not going here to there. He's staying in the UK.
Yeah, he's staying in the UK, but he's just, trying to, reach out to different people. And that's the problem right there. He needs to get out of his comfort zone. And that's what I think that Robert was alluding to as well. He needs to get from out of there and come down to there, wherever he goes. He needs to leave his comfort zone. Another thing, what you say is if he's gonna use Roy Jones, I think TBE was on to something, right? If he's gonna use Roy Jones, he needs to use Roy Jones as a motivational speaker. I think that Roy Jones will be a great motivational speaker for the likes of an AJ. But as far as training, I totally agree with G here. Roy's gifts was his athleticism, and his skills. And once that went away a little bit, we seen Roy start getting hit and getting knocked out
by stiff Russians.
Not even that. It started with Tarver, then it started with Glenn Johnson, and then
Danny Green.
Then so far as motivational speaker, I think Roy's spot on. As far as trainer, I think he should try to look for somebody else because this ain't it, bro.
Look, man, I talked about this before, and I do like AJ. I've always supported AJ, and I think Anthony Joshua is a talented fighter. I still think he's a talented fighter. I think that Anthony Joshua has soul searching to do, and I don't think the trainer is the problem. And I'll give you an example. We saw his first fight with Usyk, and in his first fight with Usyk, he lost, but it was competitive. Usyk was the clear victor. That's when he made a decision to bring Robert Garcia on board. Now, his lead trainer for the Usyk fight, was he still with McCracken at that time? I can't remember.
On the first one? Yeah.
Yeah, he was still with
McCracken. McCracken was the one screaming, "Brilliant, AJ." Okay. Like a fool.
Yeah, he lost to Usyk. So he brings in Robert Garcia for one training camp. And Robert Garcia makes one major change to his game plan, which the Boxing Bros also talked about, the body work. And AJ attacked Usyk's body. And it was in round 9 where Anthony Joshua looked like he was going to stop Alexander Usyk. That didn't happen in the first fight. He had no rounds like that in the first fight. But after working with Robert Garcia, he looked like he was going to stop Usyk in the 9th round. And Usyk was visibly hurt. And in the 10th round, AJ proceeded to let Usyk take every good thing that he did in the 9th round back. Because Usyk came out in that 10th round knowing that I need to make a stand or get knocked out. And he was willing to do that. That was this. That was heart. That was gall. That was just sheer will. And AJ didn't match it at all. Play it again. Play those 2 rounds back to back. Don't even watch the whole fight. Just watch the 9th round and look at AJ smiling and all giddy. And look at Usyk go back in that corner and make the decision that I will go out on my shield. And when he came out to do that, AJ wanted no parts of it. How can you blame Robert Garcia for that? That's where we part ways. And that's where the whole Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder debate gets close to me. I think Anthony Joshua is a better fighter than Deontay Wilder. I think he's way better than Deontay Wilder. But I know Deontay Wilder will die in the ring. As crazy as it is, and I'm not saying, like, look, us normal mortals, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? We're not dying in the ring. But that's what makes these guys different. I know Deontay Wilder will die trying to land his right hand. I know that. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I saw it. I saw him go out trying to land his right hand to win. That's how I know that man loves boxing. That's how I know that man cares. That changed every view I ever had on Deontay Wilder. People say, oh, yeah, Wilder. You know, I saw Wilder give it all he had and come up short. I seen Wilder's body have to tell him to stop because he wouldn't. How can I not respect that man? Every time I watch AJ stops himself.
Mm-hmm.
Against Andy Ruiz, AJ stopped himself. AJ's in that corner looking like Victor Ortiz, like almost like I don't deserve to be getting hit like this. Nah, for real. Like I don't deserve to be getting hit like this. And then when Usyk came with the smoke, when Usyk knew, I said it in the chat. If you know boxing, you know. You fighting a warrior. You heard a warrior. You got a warrior on the ropes. The warrior's gonna be like, yo, I was in a camp for 8 weeks, 10 weeks, however long. I am unloading the clip. You are not knocking me out easy. Usyk made a stand and AJ wanted no parts of it. And again, I feel like I'm watching AJ stop himself. AJ saying, yeah, I don't want to step in that kitchen. It's too hot. I don't want no parts of that heat. Get in the fight. Get in it with him. That's what you want. You wanted Usyk to open up. You wanted those openings. You want to hit him with a right hand. You want to knock Usyk out, right? The 10th round was it. You finally put Usyk in a position where he had to fight. No cute turning angles, no cute whatever. It was a straight dog fight, and you weren't in it. How you blame Robert Garcia for that? For real. Straight up. Anyone want to blame Robert Garcia? Look at round 9 and round 10. You did what you did in round 9, where you were very successful under the tutelage of that same trainer. It's a mindset, bro. And that's what it is with Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury's the same. I've seen Tyson Fury floored and rise up like the Undertaker and go right back into the fight. I seen that. I seen Fury floored again, and get back up and go right back into the fight. I've never seen AJ do that. How can you blame a trainer, bro? Let's talk about what all these guys got in common, for real. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and Alexander Usyk. When the going gets tough, they stay right there. Not Anthony Joshua. His mind goes somewhere else. He's more aggressive after the fight's over. When the fight's over, that's when it shows. You know what I mean? It's almost like, you know, when everybody's scrapping and whatever, and then once it gets broken up, and then that one dude gets loud. Like where were you when everyone was throwing them things? You know what I'm saying? Where were you when the heat was on? Now it's like nobody want none. The fight's already over. For real. And I'm not even trying to go at AJ because I've been a huge AJ fan. I am a huge AJ fan. I've been a huge AJ supporter, so you can't come at me. But I got to tell you the real. Of all the guys at the top, his heart is the one I question the most. It's like he doesn't want to get hit. He doesn't want to get rocked. He doesn't like being uncomfortable. Yeah, he don't like that. And the sad part is he has a great chin. He's taken great shots and wasn't concussed. He stood there. But it's that belief in like yourself that like Fury got it. Fury said, you gotta nail me with a 10, you gotta nail me to the canvas with a 6-foot nail for me to stay down. He believes in himself. He believes in his chin. Wilder tell you, if you don't knock me out, I will knock you out. He believes that. It's like AJ, I don't know what he believes. I don't know what he stands for. But all I can tell you is no trainer is going to change that. That's why everyone keeps talking about his mindset. Nobody talks about AJ's ability. Everybody talks about his mindset. So you can blame Robert Garcia all you want to, bro, but Robert Garcia ain't the reason you lost, AJ. And Roy Jones Jr. is an athlete. Roy Jones Jr. is not a technical fighter. That's why if you saw when he got older, he was easy for everyone to beat. Mediocre talent. A technician like Bernard Hopkins, who was a part of the same era as Roy Jones, was still able to beat younger fighters, younger champions like Jean Pascal and some of these other good fighters because he was always technical and he was always technically sound. And Roy lost it like that because he's not someone you can emulate unless you're born with God-given gifts that even the great Floyd Mayweather wasn't born with. Because remember, there was a time when people look at Roy and the stuff he was doing and said, Floyd Mayweather can't do that. Floyd Mayweather was a technical fighter. He wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, that's who Roy was. So you can't be Roy. It's not gonna happen. Roy's like Vince Carter. Vince Carter, to me, is the most amazing dunker of the basketball I've ever seen in my life. No one can
come on, arm in there.
Yeah. Jumping over 7-footers and just a great. When people ask who's the greatest dunk I ever seen, Vince Carter, hands down. No, it's the best dunk I ever seen. Wasn't the best player. Nowhere near the best player, bro. This athletic. Roy Jones the same way. So if you think that's gonna help you, okay. I'll close by giving a list of people I think can help you. I think, truthfully, you can't get Sugar Hill Stewart, but that was a phenomenal pick. Go ahead, TBE.
We're not gonna speak on John Pascal, yo. That's all.
All right. Sugar Hill Stewart would have been a great pick because his experience with heavyweights, but he's no longer available. I think, you should look into it. It may sound crazy, but Mark Brillin is a guy who knows boxing, who knows heavyweights. He don't like it because, that's the guy who
he didn't teach Wilder nothing but a right hand.
Wilder didn't listen. And that's okay. I'm just saying he can look into Mark Brillin. I'm looking at a guy who Mark Brillin is very technical, and he was a champion, and he was a Olympic champion, I believe, as well, Olympic gold. So you got to respect Mark Brillin's knowledge, although he is getting older. So I don't know what he can bring to the table. But I think you want to look at guys, trainers who are technically sound. And the last guy I was going to say, and I know he hasn't had much success with a lot of people, but I would look into Verge too. Virgil Hunter. He hasn't had success outside.
If you ain't Andre Ward, nah.
Now look, here's what I'm saying to you.
See what he did to Angulo, man. You know what I'm saying?
Angulo from the beginning was you can't give a man Amir Khan and expect him to change that chin. You can't give him Angulo and expect him to give Angulo speed. You can't give him Andre Berto and expect him to you know what I'm sayame? My man
can't give him Anthony Joshua who ain't got heart, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I think he can change, bro. Because look at when Andre Ward got knocked down by Sergey Kovalev, right? Look how he guided him through it, right? And Andre Ward was prepared for that moment, was never in a moment like that. And what did he say to him? He was like, Ali got up, Leonard got up, these guys got up, you got up, you can do this. It's just in the way he's saying it to you in that moment, it's like he's letting you know. What is he doing in that moment? He's reminding him that all the fighters he idolized had the moment that he's currently in, and they were able to win. And he's saying, if you want to be great, you can do it too.
It's the difference. SOG ain't AJ, bruh.
I get you. SOG's mindset is different. But how did SOG get that mindset, bro? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Who was with SOG since he was a kid?
His whole life he was with Virgil. Just like Wilder's entire career, he was with Breland.
And he's a killer, right? So why can't Breland put that in AJ?
It took him X amount of years just to get Wilder to do one punch. How many years is going to take for him?
At least Wilder got faith in that punch, and he's willing to die to land it. Those are my fighters. Those are my trainers that I would recommend. I'm going to close with that mainly because of the reasons that I just stated. I think with time, their fighters believe in what they do. And I'm not just speaking on Amir Khan or the guys that they got here and there. I'm talking about guys they were able to build from the ground up. AJ's issue is his mindset. It's not his ability. The man was competitive with Usyk, damn it. he's a great fighter. It's up here where he got to sharpen the tools.
I'm telling you, it has to be Lennox Lewis. I know Lennox ain't a trainer, but it has to be Lennox. Lennox is the only I'm telling you, yo, I know for a fact AJ looked up to Lennox, bro. There's no way. Y'all can't tell me AJ
is making Mike Tyson then.
No, but there's a reason. Lennox also got knocked down front of the world, and he had to dig deep and get that back. And on top of that, he got trained by the Kronk Gym. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this dude knows, and not to mention their styles are similar. 1-2 hold. 1-2 hold, bro. That's
okay. Let me ask you this question. Let's ask the more important question.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna I was gonna say like an old hood reference, like who's gonna spark that? Who's gonna be the one to initiate that discussion? Because you know that Lennox isn't gonna do it, and AJ is seem too prideful to do it, and they've had an exchange of words. So who's gonna be the one to be humble enough to ask for help?
Have faith.
Is it gonna be the OG who just say, "Look, man, I'm sick of you wasting your talent. Let me give you that," because that's not what's happening in boxing. A lot of the OGs aren't like that. Is it going to be AJ who's going to humble himself and go to Lennox and be like, "Look, I feel like you're the one to guide me right now in my career"?
I think, man,
listen,
he's the best.
All I know is I'll even rather Jonathan Banks over Roy Jones.
That's a good one. That's another one. Kronk Gym. Mm-hmm. That's another good pick. Jonathan Banks.
Yeah, he needs
someone who knows how the heavyweights fight. Mm-hmm. Someone who's going to be able to teach him like that Kronk style, who I think's like Verge. I think Mark Brillin and Jonathan Banks. Those are the guys, yo. I think he needs to be looking at. He don't need to be looking at no damn Roy Jones. But
y'all let us know how y'all feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check us out. Our podcast on all streaming services. It's the Boxer Bros.
Roy going to teach him how to kill a rattlesnake.